Hey everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Notary Titans for Tuesday, October 22nd. We are so glad that you are here today. We have a very special guest who's going to be taking over TNT in just a few minutes. But first, we're going to start the way we always do with some announcements. But first, of course, introductions. My name is Jen Neitzel, creator of marketingfornotaries.com. And I am here with the one and only GOAT herself, Laura Biewer with CoachMeLaura.com.
Good afternoon, all. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, we are thrilled you guys are here today. We also, of course, have our amazing panel that helps us every single week with this call because it is a lot managing this many people on the call. So we have Jen Cooper with JKC Mobile Notary and Matt Miller with the California League of Independent Notaries that are helping us answer all of your questions. If you are able to turn your camera on today, we would love to see your gorgeous faces. I understand if you can't, there's no need for explanation there. Sometimes you just can't get that camera on. But if you're able to, it helps us get to know you a little better and learn your name and face a little better. So we would love to see you if you can. Now, if you've never been on this call before, let me explain how it works. It's kind of like an old-fashioned call-in radio show. Laura and I are here to answer all of your notary-related questions. And if you recall, we have a very special theme today, and that is Google Business Profile. We are dedicating this episode of Tuesday Notary Titans to Google Business Profile. In fact, we have invited a Google Business Profile, or GBP, to shorten it. You know, we love our acronyms around here. We have invited Jim Allen, who is a faculty member with Notary Business Builder. He is our GBP expert, and he is going to be delivering some training for you for free today, as well as answering any of your Google Business Profile questions. So if you have questions about GBP, you are in the right place. All you have to do is raise your virtual hand, which you will find at the bottom of your Zoom screen, to get in line to have your questions answered. Now, I'm going to bring Jim up in a little bit, but first, while everybody's getting on the call and getting comfy, I just want to go over a few announcements so that everyone is in the loop about what is happening in the notary world. You know, every week we highlight a notary business builder innovator, and for this month, we have decided to focus on Wendy Diem's Notary Planner. This is a planner that is geared for new and seasoned mobile notaries to help them keep track of all of the tasks that need to be done when you are running your own business. It's a durable laminated cover. It's spiral bound for laying flat. It's undated, so you can start any time you need to. It has lots of great resources and examples of notarial wording for various certificates and legal definitions and so much more. If you are interested in a pre-order for the upcoming calendar that she is releasing, please feel free to check out the link in the chat. Now, Jen Cooper has actually done a review of Wendy's Notary Planner, the DM Notary Planner, and that link is also in the chat for you to check out, so you can get a true review from a notary that uses the calendar. The other thing I wanted to remind you about, if you are in the Northern California area, the Bay Area, the Notary family is hosting a networking event on Saturday, October 26th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Cupertino. The link is now in the chat for you to register for that event. So if you're in that area and you're able to check it out, please feel free. The Notary family puts on a wonderful networking event.
By the way, Jen,
Yeah,
both Matt Miller is going to be there.
that's
I'm
right.
going to be there,
Oh,
and a couple of the
fabulous.
other favorites are going to be
I'm
there
so
as well.
jealous. I wish I was going to be there. If you want to meet Laura in person, you want to meet Matt in
Thank you,
person.
Matt.
And if you haven't, trust me, you want to
Yeah.
meet them both in person. You need to go check out the Notary Family event. Thanks for that reminder, Laura. I appreciate that. Now, Jen
Yeah.
Cooper
They
is
have
going to
quite a
talk to
few
us
speakers.
about a notary giveaway that is coming up that she is working on. Jen, are you there? Do you want to tell us about the notary giveaway?
Here, yeah, I'm giving away a massive notary giveaway November 10th. It's all coming from my YouTube channel, and the people in our industry have been so generous. So there's a huge list of things that this one winner is going to get. All books that were written or co-written by Bill Soroka, including Beyond Loan Signings by Laura Biewer, Clyde Hepner's Integrity Journal, Notary Ally intake forms. Jen Neitzel has donated a free elevator pitch learning video for marketing for notaries. The MMA has donated 2 years of a free membership. Matt Miller of the California League of Independent Notaries is donating 1 year of an advocate level membership. And there's just a ton more. I don't have enough time to list everything, but all you have to do is go to the link I'm going to put in here now. It's my YouTube video. Follow the instructions in the description and get registered because we're going to pick our winner November 10th. I'm very excited about this. It's been kind of fun pulling everybody together to support this big giveaway.
Absolutely. And what a great, generous giveaway you have put together. And I know you've been kind of collecting these items over the years. So I'm excited to see who wins that amazing gift bundle that, and let me tell you, that Notary Assist backpack alone, oof, don't you love yours, Laura? Oh, I don't know if she heard me or not.
I love mine.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You've got a bit of a delay, but I can hear you. Okay, let's go ahead and get this party started today. Normally, I would be asking you to raise your hands with your questions, but we're going to do something a little different because, you know, we like to think outside the box. We have invited Mr. Jim Allen, the marketing notary, to teach us about Google Business Profile. Jim, welcome to Tuesday
thank
Notary
you.
Titans.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you inviting me here to be here today. I think we have a subject that needs to be talked about and understood. We're all out to try to make more money, to find more leads, and to prop up our notary business, or maybe it's fingerprinting or apostille or wedding officiant, whatever that is. We're all trying to find new leads coming into our business for customers. So just a short story here. About 4 years ago, when the refinance boom was going on really strong, and then it came to an edge where it stopped. We're like, oh no, what are we going to do now? And I happened to be on Clubhouse when Laura Biewer was like giving us the goods, and she was talking about specialty notary work, and I was like, that is the next step I need to do. Now, I came from a marketing background. I was a marketing project manager. I dealt with Google all the time. In fact, one of my projects in this 800 they had 800 stores nationwide, was to manage all these Google business profiles. So this is quite a few years back, but I was like, you know what? I got to turn on my Google business profile so I can get more general notary work, right? And I was like, okay, so I started putting that into play, and then started listening to Clubhouse, finding all this bad information people were giving. So fast forward, I create a course and teach people the right way to go about it. And I'm now with Bill Soroka. We have the course, and I'm going to talk a little bit more. There's an offer at the end of this real quick that you can sign up for, so you can learn more about the Google business profile and how to get it optimized. But today, and I'm going to share my screen to here real quick. All right, let me just get things adjusted. So am I good with that? Everyone sees my screen? Okay, good. So today I want to go over reviews. how how you maximize social proof and SEO impact. You know, that word SEO flies around the digital marketing world. It's such a broad thing. There's lots of things, lots of subject matter underneath SEO, one of them being review management. Okay, that's one little niche of SEO that we deal with in digital marketing. You know, there's two aspects really of your reviews that you get on Google. One is social proof. That's telling people, you know, it's proving that you are a good notary. And then SEO, of course, Google is going to look at the algorithm and figure out, oh, well, based upon these reviews, this is how we're going to help rank this this individual. So I think it's absolutely important that you get your head around this review idea. Some people have, like, I don't know if I should ask for reviews. Well, do you want more business? That's just simply it. Do you want more business? Then you need to start embracing reviews on your Google business profile. Well, everybody knows, like, what are Google reviews? Well, you probably know this because everybody tends to go out and search and look for reviews before they buy something. Does anybody disagree with that? I mean, you go to Amazon, you're looking for a Mexican restaurant, you're trying to find the best solution for the problem that you have, right? So it's been said, and that's probably pretty dang accurate, that 90% of consumers read reviews before making a purchase. 90% of people look at your reviews before making a purchase. And that includes you, Mr. and Mrs. Notary, right? If you don't have good reviews or any reviews, do you think you're going to be chosen when people are looking for a notary near me versus someone that has 50, 100 reviews? So this could be a game changer for your business once you just kind of grab on to this idea. All right, so 90% of people are reading online reviews before they purchase. They give, you know, potential, like this next line here, giving potential customers that first impression of you. Influence and power. Man, reviews have influence and power on helping people decide what to purchase and who to purchase it from. So you just can't deny the power of the review. You just can't. It's right now, in this time that we live, we do business in reviews. That's all you hear about. But what I run into is notaries that they'll say, well, I'm not getting any business on Google. And I do a little audit on their on their profile, and it's like, you got 5 reviews. That isn't going to cut it. So we have to learn how to do reviews. So reviews provide this thing called social proof. Well, what is social proof? You don't know any of these people that are leaving reviews, right? We don't know them. But for some reason, there's a psychology of, well, if it worked for them, it'll work for me. And I think a lot of people can read through the lines or between the lines and see fake reviews versus real reviews. And I'm sure you've read a fake review and then you kept going, scrolling. Oh, okay, all right. You start to see a pattern of responses. So these patterns of responses are the social proof that says, oh, this is a reliable company that I can trust, or I'm staying away from this company because there's like bad things being said about it. And that is a death of a business digitally, is that right there. But I got to say, most of us that are on this call, we're notaries because we get along with people. So, you know, we're able to go out, meet with people. They love what we do and the service that we offer. So it's hard really, I think, to get a bad review. I mean, it's possible, but those reviews really bring that social proof to you. So Google reviews are a form of social proof by showcasing this customer's experience. True, just talked about that. And they influence potential customers, just like I've been talking about. That's the social proof of it. So positive reviews, like I was saying, build trust. They reduce doubts, and they can accelerate the buying decision. I think I have in this next slide, oh yeah, case study example. I'm going to talk about just my experience with reviews and how they have helped build my business. So there is an impact on social proof, right? Not just ranking on SEO. Just throw that out the window of thought right at the moment. But when people get to your profile, they finally end up on your profile and they see you, Sally Mobile Notary Services. And they look at that. And the second thing they're going to look at is what? Right below that name is what? Reviews. Oh, she's got reviews. They click on the reviews and they're looking at to get that social proof. So they're trying to build, they're trying to see credibility and they want to trust you because people do business with what? People they know, they like, and they trust. That trust is just hard to earn, but once you have it, it makes doing business so much easier. So yes, social proof builds trust and credibility in your business. So those reviews are very important for that aspect of it. It encourages user engagement. I press this. If you're in the Notary Business Builder and you come into my class every Thursday morning at 7 a.m. PST, you're going to hear me talk about engagement, right? It's not just throwing up a profile, getting some reviews. It's about engagement. So how optimized is your profile? And then how good are you at getting reviews on a consistent basis? So this encouraging of engagement, when you see somebody that has a profile that has consistent reviews, like month over month, they're getting 3, 4, 5, 10 reviews, you are starting to people get engaged with your profile and say, wow, this person actually is doing business and they're doing it right. Many people are starting to like them or like them. That's what I want. So generally, the next step in that engagement process is called conversion. That's the other thing I talk about, conversion. Like we want people to get engaged. I read your reviews. They're amazing. And then I want them to convert, which means they go and find the call now button or they find your phone number. They go click. They call you and say, and then the next thing they're going to say, are you a mobile notary? Yes. And the conversation starts off and you have the opportunity to close a sale from your profile. Now, if you've got really good reviews and many reviews, those reviews will serve as a closing tool, right? They will help you close the deal. So say like you get someone calling and they're saying, yeah, I need a birth certificate apostille through the state of Idaho. And I think that's what you do, isn't it? Because they've read maybe some reviews about my apostille services. Oh, yes, of course, I do that. And so we talk about all those things about how we're going to do business together. And then eventually we get to the price and then we close the deal. Or we don't talk about price and we close the deal. So that does happen. My case study example is, I think it's so much fun when you've got a number of reviews that are working for you. These reviews are working for you 24/7. They're like a nice little sales guy sitting out on the internet telling your story every time someone comes across your profile. You're telling your story. So in my case, I started gaining reviews, and I'd say like in the last year and a half, this has happened and tends to happen a lot. Is that, well, and let me go back. When I was younger in my profile, this didn't happen, what I'm going to tell you. So when people call me now, very rarely do I get the pricing question. Very rarely. Usually they're calling me and we're talking about everything that we need to talk about. And then they finally ask, well, oh, how much is this going to be? And I tell them, and they say, okay, we'll do it. And a lot of times I'll ask them, well, how did you find me and why did you hire me? And they will say, well, we found you on Google, of course. And they will say, your reviews are amazing. So goes back to that trust building factor. Those reviews build trust. They help people make a decision, a buying decision. As long as your price is, in the ballpark reasonable, you're going to get the business. You're going to get the business. So at the current time, I've got a little more, 170 now, but those reviews play a role every day in my business. And it's not uncommon when I say, well, why did you choose me? They usually say reviews. So we've really got to work on reviews as a community. We have to understand the impact of the review on your business. So there are, of course, there are SEO benefits to your Google reviews. It's funny that this is coming up because I was on LinkedIn just 30 minutes ago, and one of the guys that I follow, Darren from White Spark, Darren Shaw. If you're on LinkedIn, find Darren Shaw. He has lots of great stuff about Google Business Profile. But he was talking about, Google getting reviews. If you don't have any reviews, you're not getting any business. So how do you get reviews? Well, one of the things that he does talk about in there are character reviews, which are a great way to go to get your reviews up to a certain point, say like 10 reviews. Then you really want to concentrate on getting reviews from your actual customers. But then the cycle of, okay, I got a call, did the business, get the review, and we start adding this all up, right? So we just keep this circle going. So as far as the SEO benefits, the one thing that it's going to do for you, it will elevate you up into search. You could finally get into that 3-pack based upon your number of reviews. Now, I'm sure that I don't know all the secrets that Google has behind the scenes, like, what's the algorithm? What is that? How does that determine? What we do know from experience that reviews do elevate us up into search. And it seems like around 10 reviews is when this starts to happen. So if you're under 10 reviews, push the gas. Get on the board. Now, the more reviews you get, probably the more clicks you're going to get, because a well-reviewed business profile, like on the first box here says, you'll get more clicks from potential customers. This also helps signal Google, hey, these guys are getting popular. Boom, start raising you up into the 3-pack. It boosts conversion rates, right? So the more reviews you're getting, the more people you're getting, they're putting you up into the 3-pack possibly. You're getting more clicks, you're getting more conversion rates because you're becoming more popular. You're being seen. And then I kind of hit it here, is that the local 3-pack, that's like where you want to be. You want to be in the local 3-pack. So it helps, reviews obviously help get into that. And of course, the positive feedback loop here, the more reviews lead to better SEO, which leads to more visibility. More visibility attracts more customers, which generates more reviews, creating a cycle of growth. So that's what we want to do. We want to create that cycle of growth. So how do we encourage Google reviews? Well, it's simple. One, you ask, right? Encourage your satisfied customers to leave a review. I say cherry pick them. Some people are like, I'm just going to ask everybody. Well, you can do that. I cherry pick my very best customers to leave the most awesome reviews I can get on my profile. And then make it easy for them. Send them the link so that they can leave you a review. Do not let them find you. You make it easy so all they click and they go to the review box and they start typing out their review. 2, respond. Make sure you respond with both positive and negative reviews. Doing that shows character. And it also shows that your customer, you value their input. So if they give you this gift of a review, if you're not responding to it in kind, it's kind of a slap in the face as far as I'm concerned. I think you should absolutely respond and personalize it. And in my classes, I teach how to do that. At least the system that I like to do. Repeat. Number 3, do 1 and 2 again. Just keep doing it until you're not going to stop. You're going to keep doing this. We want fresh content, always hitting your profile, and that includes reviews. So here is an example of a review that I received and how I responded to it. So you can see here, I got a 5-star review. She gave me some really great content in her review. And you can see here how I responded. I personalized it. I even put an emoji in there just to keep it light and friendly. I just kind of took what she told me and regurgitated it back to her. I kind of reflect back the experience she had, put my signature line, and called it good. So what's next for you? If you're like, yeah, I need to get more reviews. Well, you have to realize that your Google reviews are the cornerstone of a well-optimized profile. And you just don't get reviews. You got to combine it with a well-optimized profile and get those reviews, because we want engagement. We want good content on your profile, and we want relevant content on your profile, and we want really great reviews. Those two equal a better engagement rate and a better conversion rate. Make sense? So we want to optimize your profile to get all the value out of it. Squeeze everything out of that thing that you can. You must manage your profile. It's not a set it and forget about it. You have to manage it. There's things you're going to do like posts, responding to reviews. You must engage your audience with relevant content. You have to think about that one. You must convert your audience by using a well-optimized and managed profile with current reviews that tell others just how dang awesome you are. Okay? So the offer is that we have training on the Notary Coach, and it's currently 50% off. And what I would encourage you to do is to go out and go to that link that we have in the chat. Check that out. It's a very detailed training. It's going to tell you everything that I know about Google Business Profile and how you can start winning at your Google Business Profile. And at the very least, if you're not going to do that, then you start working on these Google reviews and start building it. How does it start? 1 review at a time. 1 review at a time. So you're not going to win Rome in 1 day, but over the year, over 6 months, over 3 months, you will start to see a difference in your business if you can just start gaining reviews month over month. So I want to thank you guys for being here and listening to me about reviews. And I hope it influenced you, and I hope that you go out and do something, you implement what you've learned today. So, and I want to take some questions if you guys have them too.
Absolutely, Jim. Thank you so much for all of that great information. Especially, I mean, just the reviews are everything, right? I mean, you've got to get your reviews built up. So, I know you guys have some questions for Jim. Go ahead and start raising your digital hand. You'll find it at the bottom of your Zoom screen. Get those hands raised for Jim to ask your Google business profile questions. If you are a brand new notary, and you have heard me say before, there's two ways to build a successful business: your online presence and building relationships.
That's right.
Google Business Profile is your online presence, and there is no one better in the notary space of teaching that than Jim Allen. So, Jeanette Thompson, thanks for your question. Tell us where you're calling from and what your
Hi,
question is for Jim.
hi. I'm from Michigan, and my
Hey.
question is, Jim, I do have a business profile, and I've had it over a year now. When Google put out that thing about they were not gonna, have our reviews on their website, I went to WordPress, so my website is on WordPress, but I have had some campaigns and with minimal success as far as getting feedback. I would like to know, is that a good thing? Like I said, is WordPress a good, I guess you call it, engine to be on?
Yeah, and then that's a kind of a website question. Yeah, WordPress is good. Here's the deal, guys, is that WordPress is only as good as the content that you have put on it. So you need to make sure that you're teamed up with the right people to make sure they get the right kind of content on your website so that it performs. And that really is a rabbit hole. So I won't go into deep detail on that, but I think overall that's what you want to do. And while you're doing that, you're getting what? Reviews on your Google business.
Yes, I do. I have 59 reviews, but
Perfect.
I have had calls from different random people saying that because WordPress is the one that like put my stuff together,
Yeah.
and like I said, I get these calls from all kinds of people saying that I need to do a better job. Is it
Oh, I know.
is that
Yeah.
something that you can do, or I'm just kind of confused because I don't want to just be paying out money.
Well, here's what I'll tell you is that there are resources on this platform that can address that. And so if you're not like an Notary Business Builder member, you might want to take a look into that because Bill has some resources that could probably answer those questions for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for coming up.
Awesome question, Jeanette. Thank you. And Dan, tell us where you are calling from and what your question is.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dan Lopez, Orange County, California. And my question to you, Jim, is about incentivizing people that I've obviously done the notarization. They found me, but I sent them the link, but no review.
Okay.
Is it possible? Maybe Matt can answer, like to offer them, like a percentage off next
No.
notarization.
Can I answer that real quick?
Sure.
I'm going to tell you what, and this is straight to you, is that buyers are liars. And so people will tell you, and I'm sorry, but people will tell you that they're going to do something and they won't, and they don't. So don't get hung up on if someone doesn't, you ask them and they don't leave you a review. Just keep asking. It is good to follow up. So like if you say, hey, would you mind leaving me a review? And they say, sure. And you send them the link and then you go, a day goes by and they haven't done anything. Send them a text. Hey, looking forward to that Google review and a little smiley face, and then move on. And if they don't do anything, then move on to your next customer. Because you can spend a lot of time thinking, well, what did I do wrong? What this or that? And it's nothing you did. It's that people get busy in their day and they move on. So asking when you're at the table for a review is like striking while the iron's hot. And if they give it to you, it's bonus. It's good. Does that answer your question? Don't incentivize people to give reviews. That's goes against Google guidelines. You don't want to do that.
And Dan, I just want to tell you, I struggled with this too, Dan, in the beginning. And I'll tell you what I started doing that worked for me is just being vulnerable and saying, I'm a small business owner. Reviews mean everything to my business. It helps me so much. It would really mean a lot to me if you guys would fill this out. Here's the link for my Google review. And just instead of saying, just send me a review, right? I was telling them why it was really important. So I got a little vulnerable with them. And I noticed when I started doing that, I would get more reviews because I was telling them, you know, I'm a small business. I was just reminding them, like, I'm a small business owner. This means a lot. And it made an impression. So maybe try a little bit of that too. But I agree with Jim, Dan. I don't think you need to incentivize anybody. And I love, Jim, what you said, buyers are liars, because that is so
Sorry. Yeah.
true.
True, Jim.
Well, yeah, I think that's what you have to do. And you have to modify your ask until you get it right. It just takes some time to modify that till you've got your pitch right. You know what I mean? And that it's authentic and that people are in tune with you. So thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Great question. Great question. Nashanda, tell us where you're calling from and what your question is. She is looking for that mute button. Nashanda, it should be at the bottom of your screen. Just click on audio. There you go. What's your question for us?
Let me call you right back. Okay. Hi, my name is Nashonda Kimber. I'm from Michigan. And I had my Google page, but I didn't know how to send out the link to clients.
Oh,
Which
okay.
I probably missed out on a whole bunch of business because I've had over 300 signings in the last couple months.
Well, dang, let's take care of that right now.
Yeah.
So when you log in to your Google business profile, it's going to look something like this. And you're going to go find ask for review right here. You see that?
Hold on. Let me.
Jim, can you blow that up just a bit? It's kind of small. Just if you could, there you go. Yeah.
Right there. You see that? It says ask for a review. So when you ask for a review, click on that. It's going to come here. And there you go. There is the review link. You can click this, copy to your, you can copy and paste it now. And you can use it wherever you want. Put it in your email, send it to yourself, put it in your phone so that you have access to it. There's lots of strategies here we don't have time to go into, but there's lots of strategies that you can use to send this off, text it to them, tons of things. So be creative here.
I love how easy it is to once you find it, create that shortcut on your phone, Nashanda, and make sure you're sending that out to everybody that you work with. And don't worry about your past ones. Just start now and forward, right?
That's right.
That's the healthy way to, you are on mute, Nashanda.
What I will do is I'll still go back to those old clients and see if they'll leave a review still.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Because I made my stay memorable. So
well, there you go. Absolutely. I love that. That's awesome. Thank you.
It also takes some tenacity. So it's all right if you have some tenacity to go after those. So
absolutely.
Great question. Thanks for bringing it up.
So guys, we have so many hands up and I want to make sure we get to every single one of these questions. So in the interest of time, Rob is going to show us a great example of getting right to that question so we can get it answered for you and make sure that we address everyone's. Rob from Texas.
Sure. So I was curious, Jim, about it kind of comes from Dan. How about like a QR code that goes to that GBP profile page? I guess that's what you just sent there. But when I'm sitting in front of them and kind of saying, hey, while I'm checking up on all these, you know, that everything's correct here before I leave, here's
Yeah.
a QR code on a piece of paper, laminated, whatever. Why don't you leave me a review right now? Is that something that you would suggest that we do? It kind of pressures them to like, hey, I'm right here, I'm watching you, give me that 5-star. You know?
No, I say strike while the iron's hot. If that works for you, then absolutely yes. So a lot of times people have a clipboard and they'll put their QR code on the back of their clipboard and they will just flip it over and say, hey, would you mind leaving me a Google review while I, take a quick glance over your documents? And people will say yes. The other strategy you could do real quick is you have it set up in your phone so you can say at the table, hey, would you mind leaving me a Google review? And there's, maybe you have a little bit more than that to say. They say yes. They say, okay, great. I will send you a text to your phones with a link to do a review. Will that work? They'll say yes. You send the text and then you follow up. You follow up with, hey, look forward to seeing your awesome review. So that's why I say it's important to stay creative.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I think
test.
that's a great point, Jim. And also just what you said earlier, buyers are liars, right? I love that little phrase, but sometimes people need a reminder, they're like busy like us. So, sometimes they just need that little push, Rob.
Yeah. And Jim, I'll ask you the rest of my questions on Thursday as an MBB member. I think your course is one of the biggest benefits of the MBB program. So
Awesome.
I'll ask the
Well,
rest on Thursday. Appreciate
hey,
it.
we need to get more of this community involved on things that produce results. And so digital marketing is, like Jen was saying, is half that pie. So you don't just focus on that only. You have to do everything else that is being taught. But digital marketing and your Google business profile is super important.
Yeah,
So
agreed. Great question, Rob. Thank you. Maria from California, what's your question for Jim today? Maria, you're on mute. Okay, Maria, we are going to put you on hold and we're going to go over to Anthony Payton. I'll check back with you in just a little bit, Maria. Anthony, what's your question for Jim today?
Hi, I'm Anthony. I'm from San Francisco, California. Jim, my question for you is, does your course or the NBB course teach you how to properly set up a Google profile? I am a new notary. I am just pretty much paralyzed on what to do, where to start, how to get marketing, everything, every aspect. I'm just paralyzed.
Well, I'll say that the course that I have on Notary Coach and for NBB members, Notary Business Builder members, it takes you from the top to the bottom. I'm probably too detail oriented, but I created a course that covers every aspect of your Google business profile. If you can make it through all the way through, you'll have a good understanding of your profile. So yes, I think it's, if you're like Anthony and you're like, I don't know where to start, then this is where you got to go. It's not forever. You got to learn these things. My goal is to teach you how to fish. I don't want you hooked on forever. I want you to get out there, learn how to do it, implement these strategies, and then kind of reap the benefits from what you've learned and implemented.
I'm also an NBB member, so I will just go on the website and get started then.
Yeah, right.
Anthony, participate in his class, his Thursday morning class.
Yeah.
He always has a good group on there. And I realize there's a lot in Notary Business Builder, but that's the point, right? And you got to start with one of those things. And if you're at the beginning of your journey, I always tell people when I'm coaching them for marketing, you got to get your online presence set up. And this is a huge part of it, the main part of it. So definitely start tapping in to Jim's classes inside Notary Business Builder. And for those of you that are interested, we'll get a link for Notary Business Builder in the chat. It is a one-stop shop for everything you need to run your business.
And
That's
what
Everything.
right.
time is the class on
Absolutely.
Thursdays?
Yeah, you have to wake up early. It's 7 a.m. on your side of the world.
Oh, that's fine. I'm up already. So
Okay.
There you go.
Well,
There
come
you
on
go.
in. Come on
Yeah,
in.
get on
Thank
that
you so
call,
much.
Anthony. You got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Let's try Maria again. I saw that she had tried to come on when Anthony was asking his question. Maria, are you there? Can you unmute and ask us your question?
She was on a call, but
Oh, was she? Okay.
yeah,
There
she
she is.
Hi.
Hi. What's your question, Maria?
Yes, my question is, I'm not sure if you answered it because I was kind of in and out because I had a call, but I do have a Google business profile page, but how do you or I don't know if I guess I probably have to take the course in order for me to get this answered, but
Oh,
my question is, I can't put an address because it's at my house. I don't have like an actual brick and mortar place other than my house, and I don't want to put my house address, but then I don't show up as a pin on the map either.
true.
It just kind of
So-
shows like a general area.
Most commonly asked question right there is that there are two options you have with your Google business profile. You can have a service-based address, which is hidden, and then you can have kind of that brick and mortar type profile that has your address. So they say it doesn't affect ranking, but if you don't want people showing up to your front door, then you got to go service-based. It's covered in the training that I offer.
And
So-
trust me, Maria, you don't want to not be service-based. I accidentally
Yeah.
left mine open, and I had somebody that tried to walk in my front door thinking in my residential street that I was a business. So yeah, good
Yeah.
thinking. And that is one of the biggest questions I know, Jim, that you get is
Yeah,
about.
oh yeah, yeah, yes, of course. And Maria, if you're not taking the course, jump on, take the course, learn the material, and then implement what I teach.
Okay.
If you, Maria, if you, Jim's class, if you buy it individually, which you can do, we've posted that in the chat for you. It is 50% off. So now's the time to jump on that. So
Yeah.
Okay,
it's a cool.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Can I just ask one more question? And the reason I ask this because I have looked at different Google business profile pages, and is there a way? Okay, because some of them do have like a map, a pin on their map,
Yeah,
but they don't have a full address. It'll literally only like on the address, it only shows like a city and a state. Like it doesn't show a full address. And so I'm like, how did they do that? So
yeah. Well, that's probably for a different time. But
okay.
I will
That's it.
tell you that you would just use the service-based option, hide your address, and be done with it.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct. And let me answer this question in the chat really quickly. Thank you so much for your question, Maria. If you are a member of Notary Business Builder already, Jim's class is available in the replay archive. Just scroll down until is it in the replay archive or is it in the class?
Is in a class, and then every Thursday, those are in the replay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. But yes, this is all included, just so that you're aware, for our notary business builders on the call. Andrea, tell us where you are calling from and what your question is. Andrea, are you there? You're on mute. Let's move over to, we'll check back in with Andrea. Alan, let's go to Larica. Am I saying your name right?
Hello, yes, you are.
Hi, what's your question for Jim today?
My question is, I went very hard one year and asked for 1 million reviews. I got my reviews, but because I was so busy and I just threw it to the side, I never responded back to them. And it's 72 reviews. I respond to them. Yeah, I respond to them personally, but then when I go back and then I had an issue with verification, so then I wasn't able to respond back to anyone. So how should I go about responding to everyone, or do I start now and leave the other ones alone?
You start one at a time. Just go back to your reviews, click on reply, and start replying to every one of them.
Even if I've already responded to them personally
Yeah, heck
and it
yeah.
was like 2 years
Okay.
ago.
Let me stop you right there. What we're trying to achieve here is social proof. So when you are reading reviews and the owner is not replying back, kind of lame. So what we want is we want owners to respond back with personalization, reflecting back what the appointment was about, and then add your signature line. And that shows the reader of the review that the owner of the business like is engaged with his or her clients. That's my view on it. So it encourages engagement, like further reading, and hopefully encourages a conversion. Someone calling you, hey, I want the same thing this person had, right? I mean, they're not going to say that exactly, but that's why they're on the call with you.
And then one more question. So let's say I do like maybe 10 a day. Will Google like, because they're get becoming very strict, um, is it okay that I do like maybe 10 a day or 5? What type of
Yeah,
number
I
should
think
I
10 a
do?
day is fine. I've never known anyone to get suspended for replying to reviews. So I can't make a case for whether that would happen to you or not. I doubt it. Very, very much doubt it. But yeah, I think if you're doing 5, 10 a day, you're fine.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Great
I appreciate
question.
you being here.
I love that question. Andrea, are you there? Andrea Allen? I might be saying your first name
Yeah,
wrong.
it's Andrea. Thank you so much.
Andrea.
I couldn't find the mute.
Oh, that's
Um,
okay. I'm trying to
okay.
go fast in the interest of time so I can get everybody's questions in.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Jim, so I have a question. You indicated to post. Are you saying to post on our Google business page or just on social media, period? And that might be a silly question.
That's not a silly question. You should post on your Google business profile. And I go deep into that on the training. So yes, there's 3 places you can post. You can post in updates, events, and there's another one. And of course, it's live, so I can't remember it. Updates, events, and something else. There's another one that you can do post to. Oh, offers.
Awesome.
Offers. So
Photos.
yeah, offers. So dig into that, take the training. If you're already a notary business builder person, get to my class.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks for the question. And Michelle, what is your question for Jim today?
Hi, my question's super quick and easy. The course is a one-time payment or a monthly payment?
It's
It's a little
monthly.
confusing on the site.
Yeah, it does say it was 76 every month. It's $38 monthly.
Okay, 38 monthly.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. Great question. That is a deal, Jim.
Oh.
Alina.
All you have to do is close one person and you
Yeah.
pay for it and you've got profit off of it.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. Alina Hawk, what is your question for us?
So I just wanted to know, is it just for the basic beginner setting up your Google business profile? Because mine's already set up and I already have reviews and I already respond. I just didn't know how in depth you go into in the training.
Well, I get that question, and then I do an audit on someone's profile, and it's like, why isn't this filled out? Why isn't that filled out? Have you got services, products? Are you uploading photos? Do you have your cover photo done correctly? Is your logo there? Are you responding to reviews properly? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff right there that I don't know about your profile. And
Okay, but if I answered yes to all those things, do you go even
then-
further beyond that or no?
no.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks,
Good
Alina.
question.
Great question. Diana, I hope I'm saying your name correctly.
You said it right the first time. Thank you.
Awesome. What's your question for Jim
So-
today?
So really quick, is it frowned upon to ask signing services for reviews?
Do you have a good relationship with them?
Not really, I guess.
I would say that if you have an escrow officer, a loan officer, an attorney, a signing service person, now there's a lot of signing services that are small that understand the power of the notary and the importance of the notary, and that would support you. So I would say yes to that. But if you're going after a review from Service Link, I would say good luck.
You.
Let
Jim is
me
keeping it
just be
real.
honest. I'll just be honest. But if you have a relationship with someone, then yes, by all means, if they are satisfied, they love what you do, and they talk you up, then boom, that's a review right there.
Okay,
Go.
thank
Great question. Hey, Cynthia in Texas. What's your question for Jim Allen today?
Hi, Jim. Are you still doing refresher courses?
Oh my gosh, that was from a while ago. I know I don't have a refresher course anymore. What I would say though is if you're a notary business builder, you show up on Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. PST, that is pretty close to a refresher course.
I'm not in there.
So
Okay.
let's get you there.
Let's get in there. Get you going, Cynthia. You need to be. She's
Well,
business.
hey, there's also one-on-ones I can do with you. So you're like,
Okay.
hey, I need one-on-one. All right, I will do that for you. There's a fee for it, but I give you all kinds of good homework to get done, and I expect you to implement and do the things that I ask you to do. So yeah, if you want to go that route, we can do that too.
And that's
Okay.
on your website, Jim, that she can check that out.
Just hit me up.
I can text him. I will text you.
There you
text
go,
me.
Cynthia.
All right,
I love it.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thanks, Cynthia. Patty in California, what's your question?
Well, hello everybody. I in the Thursday class, Jim had made reference to question and answers to post on the Google profile. I don't have any. So I have some on my website, and I was thinking maybe I could copy and paste some of them on there.
So that's something else I go into depth on in the course. So if you're not in the course or you are in the course and you just haven't got there yet, click on questions and answers. I give you strategies on how to create relevant content for Q&A for Google. And if those of you that don't know what that is, it's like a FAQ for your Google business profile. And it's really important. It helps drive relevance to your profile, and you need to do it. So
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you. And then the other thing is that mine is still being reviewed or I don't know why, because I was fine, but you guys were trying to merge my Google profiles.
Okay.
But it's been taking forever. And
okay, expect taking forever to be the norm for Google. So if you are making a request through support and you ask to do that and you think, should be done in 4 or 5 days, right? No, a month. I don't know. It takes forever for Google to respond. So yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I hear that a lot myself. Tiara, hi. What is your question for Jim?
Hi, I may have already answered my own question. I am really interested in that QR code you have behind you and what it's linking to. But it looks like if I go to You Are My Notary, it's some kind of a notary digital business card.
It is. Yes, it is.
Okay, so it's amazing. It looks great. And that's really what I want to set up.
Just text me, and if you want to learn more about that, I'll or email me. I'll send you some information so you can have it too.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Jim, if you want to put your information in the chat, I'm sure everybody would love to hear that or see that.
I'm going to say, whoops, there we go. Just click on the QR code
There you go. Click the
Get you
QR
guys to do
code.
something here.
Nice.
Click on the
Corey,
QR code.
and guys, I want to just point out, we are out of time. I'm gonna stay on the call. If those of you that need to drop off, I completely understand. We're not going to take any new hands raised up. We've got 2 left, and I know Scott's is a non-notary question or a non-Google Business Profile question, I believe. So I wanted to make sure that we stay on for that as well. But Corey Law has a question for you, Jim. Let's
Okay.
get that answered for him or her.
Hi, my
Or
name is
her.
Corey. Yes, I just had a question about being verified. So, I was verified on Google, and then I went and got a UPS mailbox. I don't know why I did that, but I had to change my address, and then I had to re-verify. And now Google is, of course, asking me to do like this video. So as a mobile notary, I was just wondering about what tips do you have on doing that video that would make it easy to just do it one time and not have to repeat the process?
That is a great question. Actually, that's kind of answered. I've got a Patreon site. So in the links, I don't know if Jen, you can just drop the Patreon link down in the chat. If you sign up for my Patreon site, there's no fee for it. So it's not a subscription-based product. You can go out there, sign up, and there is a post that I did about video verification. And it actually is from Darren Shaw, the guy I spoke about earlier. Very much a Google expert, one that I turn to a lot. He actually created a video and some resources for video verification. So it is tough to get video verified. I would say that when you get to that point, you click on verify my business. It'll give you things that you need to do. You make sure you write those down. You understand what they're asking for, and then also turn down your video resolution. Don't record in 4K. Record something like in 720 so that it doesn't eat up a lot of bandwidth with your video. All right. So that's one little trick, but the rest of them are over there on the Patreon site. You can sign up there and
The
get
link
that.
is in the chat for that right now, Corey. So you can go ahead and grab that a lot. Just scroll up a little bit and you'll see a bunch of different links there that are all Jim Allen related.
Yeah, that's right.
And Jim, I just want to thank you so much. Scott, please hang on the call. I'm going to answer your question in just a moment. I'm going to stay on the call after because I know you have a non-Google Business Profile question. But Jim, thank you so much for taking the time today to review this important information. If you're hearing my voice and you do not have a Google Business Profile, what are you waiting for? You need this. It is an essential component to your business, and there's no one better to help you. No one better than I've been doing this for a long time, guys. I know Jim Allen is the one that you need to be talking to about Google Business Profile. Please find his links in the chat. There's several of them that I just posted, including the 50% off of his Google Business Profile training. If you need the training, please go get it. It's simple to understand. It's easy to follow. And Jim does a great job of going over everything you need to know. Thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and let everybody go. Jim, I'm going to call. I had an idea for another call with you, so I'm going to call you a little later and
All
talk
right.
about this. You know me and my ideas.
That's right. Can I say one last thing?
Of course you do. I was just going to ask you if you wanted to.
If you don't mind, thank you so much for everybody that showed up, asked all these amazing questions, and I hope that you implement something today that you learned.
Yes.
What I'd ask you to do is go out to my Facebook page. It's The Marketing Notary. If you can find me, follow me, and then leave a review about what you learned today on my Facebook page. I would really, really appreciate that. See,
It's not the marketing.
Sorry. Okay, guys, thank you, and we'll see you again.
And
Hopefully
that is how you ask for a review, Jim, right? Thank you so much.
Do it. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Scott, I wanted to stay and answer your question because I saw that you had some stuff in the chat. What can I help you with?
Well, it's just basically a question having to do with the witness states, like Florida, for example. Is Ron being done in Florida?
Yes, sir. It is legal.
Okay, so how do they deal with the witness requirement?
I'm not exactly sure because I am not a Ron notary. Matt, do you have some insight, or Jen, on how they deal with Ron witnesses? I'm assuming they just pull them in the same way they do in person. It's just on a different Zoom link, correct?
Yeah, some platforms have the ability to bring in document witnesses during the signing or credible witnesses before, if that's allowed in that state. But yes, they are doing it in Florida.
Well, here's why I bring that up, because occasionally I'm in Arizona and we have folks from the witness states, you know, like Florida is a good example of that.
Yeah.
And occasionally, I mean, well, not occasionally, they always require a witness on a seller package, for example. I can't always drag somebody with me to the signing. So what I had come up with is just using a video call.
Does your state allow for that?
Well, my state is not a witness state, so.
But you have to follow the laws of your state because you're a notary of Arizona. Does
Right.
Arizona allow you to call in a video witness? And then how do they sign if they're not there?
Well, I had to chase them down. I mean, I have to hook back up with them and let them sign that particular deed before I send it.
Okay,
So
well, that's not the spirit of document witnessing. The spirit of document witnessing is the witnesses witness the signer signing and the witnesses witness each other signing. So everyone needs to be present.
All right. How do you define present, though?
Physically present.
Okay, so then Ron, how's that any different than Ron? I'm not trying to be argumentative. I'm just trying to get
Because
clarity.
each state's laws are different, and their legislatures have decided what they will allow and what they won't allow.
So I have to find out what's going on in Arizona to determine whether or not it's legal for a Florida document, for example.
No,
It doesn't matter where the document is going. Excuse me. It doesn't matter where the document is going, Scott. It matters what your state's laws say you can do as a notary in your state.
Okay, so I have to figure out I'm in Arizona, so I have to figure out what Arizona law has to say about that.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't think you can do a hybrid situation like you're describing, where you're physically with the signer, you notarize and act as one of the document witnesses, and then do a Zoom with a witness that then you chase down and have them sign the document later. That it does not fulfill the spirit of document witnessing, because again, the witnesses are supposed to witness the principal signing the document and then each other witnessing the document.
Each other.
Correct.
Who is the each other?
The witness.
The witnesses.
Well, in this case, it'd be one. So the witness would do it via video call.
Florida deeds require 2 witnesses and a notary. The notary can act as one. So then the other witness should witness you signing and you should witness them signing.
Okay. And you're saying that it may or may not be legal in Arizona to do it that way, but in your view, it's not under the spirit of being a witness, even
It's
though
certainly
it's
not
done
best
by
practice. It's certainly not best practice.
Okay, so I'm really not trying to be argumentative. I'm just trying to, how's it acceptable via Ron if it's not acceptable?
Because in Florida, for example, their legislature has decided that a notary can remotely notarize a deed and pull in 2 witnesses in the same session so that everybody's present at the same time and does their part. But again, they're all present at the same time on the same session.
Okay.
So you'd have 3 screens up. So Jacqueline, I know you have something you want to add. Scott, I want you to look at the chat. I want you to reach out to Jacqueline. Unfortunately, we have to wrap this call up.
Okay.
So Scott, I want you to reach out. Jacqueline is the Ron mom, and she's going to help give you some clarity on that. Please open the chat and grab her link. Just click on that link and it'll open a page for you and you guys can connect outside. We do have to wrap the call. Unfortunately,
Okay,
we've
all right.
got
Well,
another
Pat, I
one, but-
appreciate your input.
Yeah, but no, I wanted to make sure we addressed your question. Were you able to grab her webpage?
I'm scrolling.
It should be the very last chat.
Last chat comment.
I got your digital business card. Is that what you?
Click that link. That's going to give you her information.
Yeah,
Okay.
that way you can reach out to her. She had some insight for you that she wanted to share as a active Ron notary.
Okay, all right,
Right?
cool beans.
All right, guys, thank you for your patience. Thank you for staying a little extra later. And thank you for this really great call. I love when when I get to be around Jim and he's teaching. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for everything. Bye.